So I was recently asked by another preacher, if you had one theme that continues to come out of your preaching, what would it be? I quickly retorted, surrender. Because I'm passionate about preaching about God's sovereignty and our reaction to it, which is surrender. Now we're familiar with this idea of surrender as it relates to war, where we give in or forfeit, allow the enemy to come in. But when you surrender to God, you gain it. You see, when we surrender to our enemy, they take over us and they take our life. But when we surrender to God, He gives us our life. But so many of us aren't surrendering everything to God. In fact, we're holding back from Him and therefore not having the life that He so freely offers us. Some of us surrender only just a little bit. We'll give Christ just a little bit. We'll have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ as long as it's not embarrassing or people don't call us those Jesus freaks. We surrender when it's convenient or when we find ourselves in the middle of a crisis. Well, we don't pray or read our Bibles unless we're in church. And then there's the person who says, well, I'll surrender just enough. I'll give enough of my life to Christ. And we might think, well, that's a lot. Wow, you serve God. You read your Bible more than just on Sundays. And you pray more than just a few minutes every day. You've surrendered enough. But still, there are certain areas of our life that we don't surrender to Him, that we hold back. We only surrender the things we really feel like He can control, but there's other things that we hold on to that we want to control. But what would it be like if we waved the white flag, the big white flag over our life and surrendered everything? You see, the person who's fully surrendered obeys God. When God says go, they go. When He says no, they don't. They stay right within His will because they understand that He's sovereign and over all things in their life. Matthew 7:13-14 says, enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few. Imagine if we truly surrendered and found ourselves through the narrow gate, in a relationship with God where we realize that He's completely in control, that He's taking charge of our life. Imagine what this world would look like if more of us would fully surrender to Him. Imagine how He could use us in our relationships at our families or at school or at work. Imagine how God could use you for greater impact in this world if you were fully surrendered to Him.